Let's talk about a Ponzi scheme. It's a scam that pays early investors with returns from the investments of later investors. All right? So you get an investor, and a Ponzi scheme is you get an investor, and you say, I'm going to make these investments, you're going to make a lot of money. Some people don't make the investments, all right? And then what they do is they keep collecting more investors, and then they get a later investor and use that money to pay the interest for the earlier investor. You with me? And that's how this thing snowballs. And we're going to talk about this for just a second. Where'd it come from? Well, Mr. Charles Ponzi donated his last name to this. (1882) was when he was born, died in 1949, born in Italy, moved to the U.S. in 2003. And what he wanted to do was buy these postal reply coupons in Italy and sell them here. He promised a high rate of return. He took the investor's money, but then he didn't bother to buy the coupons. Do you think that's a problem? Took the money. Some people invested and were paid off as promised. Now, where do you think he got the money to do that? Later investors, right? The word spread and investments came in at an ever-increasing rate. Ponzi hired agents and paid them generous commissions for every dollar they brought in. One of the 5 rules by the SEC is you can't pay commissions. Where do you think it came from? Mr. Ponzi. By February of 2020, his total intake was $5,000, which is approximately $54,000 in today's dollars. By March, he did $30,000, which is a third of a million, $328 in 08 dollars. May, this is all the same year. May, he was up to $420. The money just kept flooding in. Everybody see this? Okay. $420 back then was equal to $4.59 million today. By July, he had made millions. So this started in February. He went from February at $5,000 to July, he'd made millions of dollars. People were mortgaging their homes and investing their life savings. Most did not take profit but reinvested the money. So that he said, well, I'll give you some interest. And they'll say, no, just reinvest it. This is such a good deal. How can this happen in real estate? Well, they caught Ponzi and he went to jail. But they take in money from a private investor and then they never secure it with a property. Or they keep the money in the gap, right? We talked about the gap. This is not what we do in this room, is it?